Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're just watching me for the very first time, my name is Moore-Ashimole and I am a realtor, a real estate agent in the city of Enugu, and I help you acquire safe, reliable and profitable real estate here in the Southeast. In this video, I'm going to be telling you what to look out for when you want to acquire land in Nigeria, whether you are in diaspora or you're resident right here in Nigeria. I'm going to be telling you things you should look out for. I'm going to tell you 7 things you should look out for when you want to acquire land property here in Nigeria. And if you watch till the end, you are going to learn a lot. And number 4 is very important, will blow your mind. So stick with me to the very end of this video and watch yourself know better and invest better and buy better. So number 1, what's the first thing you should have in mind before you buy land, whether you're in Nigeria or outside of Nigeria? And the first thing you should have in mind is your reason. Why do you want to acquire landed property? Why do you want to buy landed property? If you have this figured out, it will help you buy from the right place, buy at the right time, buy the right number of plots, buy at the right price. It will affect literally every other point I will be raising in this conversation I am having with you. So what's your why? Why do you want to acquire land? Are you buying for land banking? Are you buying because you want to not save your money in the bank? You want to save your money with land, because of course money saved via land always appreciates as the land appreciates, while that of in the bank can be affected by inflation. So is that the reason why you want to buy for land banking, or you just want to buy for wealth creation, where you buy in lots of plots and then wait for it to appreciate so you can sell later? That as well will affect the other reasons I'm going to be sharing with you why you're buying land. Or you're just buying to secure up, create a future for your children. In this case, some people buy land in the name of their children for their future, right? They buy investing for their children. That also matters. Or are you buying to build? Affect how you choose to go about your land acquisition. If you're buying to build, what do you want to build? Are you building a residence, or a house for yourself, or somewhere people will live? Are you buying to build or erect a commercial building, a plaza, a mall, whatsoever, a hotel? Are you for a hospital, the likes of that? Or is it for agricultural purposes? There are different reasons why people buy or acquire land. So what is your reason? Why do you want to acquire land? After you have been able to answer this question confidently, it would help you buy or make the process of acquiring land easier. Number 2, now you have made up your mind on what you want to acquire the land for. Now you can begin to think, okay, location. If you are buying to build, of course, you wouldn't go somewhere that is very far from town, that is inside a bush, is inside the forest, to erect a building for any reason, whether it's for commercial purposes or for residence. You cannot go there to buy and build. Check it. If you build a building there, who would live there? If you build a mall there, who would live inside town and come into the forest to come and live or transact business? Of course, it won't be reasonable. Except you are buying for agricultural purposes, then of course that can happen. If you're buying for land banking, then of course the location you're looking out for is somewhere where land is still quite affordable and underdeveloped, so you can buy at low prices and then resell later at high prices. Also for wealth creation, you don't go look for land in the city where price is really on the high side. For instance, when you want to buy for wealth creation and land banking, or buying for your children to give them a soft landing to start off later in life, it is best you buy from the outskirts of town, buy from emerging communities, buy from cities that are on the outskirts of town that have not begun to see a level of development. In such places, land will be very affordable, the likes of 1.5 million, 2.5 million, 3, 4 million naira. So when you buy at that price, in time to come, in 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, the land will definitely appreciate and you're going to have huge returns on investment. So if you're buying for any of those purposes, land banking, wealth creation, or preserving wealth, or investing for your children, then it's best to buy locations that are on the outskirts of town, underdeveloped land, or land has not been developed at all. You buy from such places for these purposes. However, if you're buying to build, it is best you buy within town or places that are very close, that are very proximal to town, because you want to erect a structure there, right? Either for residence or for commercial purposes. The intent is that people would have to come and interface or check out the place, right? It's for buy and build. So it's best to buy in locations that are around town, and of course, locations that are proximal to town or in town, the prices differ from those that are on the outskirts or far from town. So you don't expect to get a land inside town for say 2.5 million naira. It's not possible in the city where I am. It's often on the high side, from 15 million upwards for a buy and build per plot. 15 million upwards per plot for a buy and build. Okay. That being said, what next should you have in mind? Should you know when you want to acquire land? Number 3 is now your budget. Now you have settled the reason why you're buying, you've thought about location, the next is budget. So if you're choosing to buy and build close to town, of course the budget will not be the same as that who is choosing land for the purpose of land banking, wealth creation, or investing for their children. The budget will be different. If you're looking to buy and build within town and its environs, then you should have a budget that is way higher. And if you're looking to invest and do land banking, your budget could be large as well, but however, it will acquire more plots. So when you're looking to buy for different purposes, it will affect your budget. For some people, they like to start off with their budget first before location and every other. They just say, okay, this is the amount I have, help me secure property or land that fits within this budget. They say, okay, I have 35 million naira and I want to get 2-3 plots or 5 plots for 35 million naira. And then we'd say, okay, with 35 million naira, you can get say 4 plots of elite courts in Enugu for 4 million naira. You can get that for you for land banking, and you can also do a buy and build there. Some people start with budget first, while some people say, okay, show me this is the reason why I'm buying, I wanted this location. And when they get that information, they now say, okay, they decide the budget, the amount they are willing to spend for that. So which kind of a person are you? Are you budget first before reason and location, or are you, okay, I decide what I want to buy, then location and budget? So it's not in any particular order, right? But then some people are like this, some others are like that. So you have to make up your mind on how much you're willing to spend in acquiring land. What's your budget? The location you're going for, what's your budget? You want to buy 1 plot, 2 plot, 3 plots, and how much are you willing to spend? Your budget is important. You don't of course you wouldn't expect land within town, I would say again, where it's from 15 million upwards, and then you say you have a budget of 3.5 million. My brother, my sister, no. For such budget of 2.5 to 5 million, is likely going to be on the outskirts of town and in underdeveloped or developing environments. Number 4, which is very important in the process of land acquisition, or when you want to acquire land, something you should really put into serious consideration. Number 4 is the realtor or the real estate agent you are going to be working with. Some people like to go straight to the real estate brokerage companies, and who will in turn refer you to a realtor or a real estate agent. But either ways, you're going to be interfacing with a real estate agent or realtor, and it is very important that you interface with the right realtor or real estate agent. Reason is, if you work with a real estate agent that is not keen about giving you the best service, that is not keen about ensuring that your process of land acquisition is seamless and less stressful, every step of the way they would have you pay for the stress you're causing them. This is when, of course, they are just money. Like, of course, we all love to make money. We're in the business to make money, right? But then when you meet a real estate agent that is more about, I want to make the money, than ensuring that the process of land acquisition for you is seamless and stress-free for you, get ready to spend a lot along the way. And also, realtors sometimes can really exaggerate. The land is just 2 minutes away from the express road, all you have to do is just from 2 minutes, you take 5 steps and you see the land. They can really go to extents to exaggerate and amplify. Ensure that the realtor or real estate agent you're working with to a large extent has a track record of honesty and integrity. And of course, you can do this by the reviews you're going to get from this particular realtor, right? And also the network of realtors this agent works with can let you weigh or ascertain the level of honesty and integrity of the real estate agent or realtor you are working with. So in your process of land acquisition, the realtor you work with is important, right? And also, I would just say this to you, most times or sometimes some realtors mirror the energy you give them in the process. So if you're all about yourself and how you want to get the land, sometimes they just say, okay, this person is stressing me, you know what, you're paying for my stress, and they charge you along the way. So in working with your realtor, be sure to do a background check and get to find out this person's track record. And then when you find a good real estate agent, please treat that one as such, as a good one. And so after that, they would always make sure that whenever you want to acquire land again, to be seamless for you. So when you're working with a real estate agent, be sure to do their background check, find out, okay, what's this person like, what's their track record like. Ask questions. Don't just take every realtor or any real estate agent you see, take their word for it, and no, do your background check, do your due diligence on the realtor before you go on with buying from or allowing such a person. We're talking about buying here. Before you allow such a person to help you buy or acquire landed property. Also, ensure that the realtor and real estate agent you're working with is quite knowledgeable. Does he or she know, or is just in there for the money, advertising the land, and does not know anything, does not know his or her onions? It is important that you work with a real estate agent that knows what he or she is doing. It's very important to avoid her dying known and disappearing of funds. Number 5, you have to do a search verification and inspect the land. Okay, so after they've told you the land is this, is that, is fully registered, see, this is the beacon number, this and that. Like I said, you don't just have to take their word for it. Find out, take the registration number of that land and go to the Ministry of Lands and do a thorough search about the land. Find out if it has been really and fully registered. Find out if it is, and if it has been registered, please do not just, in as much as some people go the extent of taking on video calls to see the land through a video call. For those who are in diaspora, yes, people do that. They take on video calls and ask the real estate agent to go to the land, and then they literally watch the land through their mobile devices, right? That is in cases where you cannot send a representative to see the land, to inspect the land for you here. You can actually apply that. So after you do a search verification, the next thing you have is to inspect the land, right? See the land, go and see the land. What is the land? Is it what this person is telling you about the land? Is it actually what it is? Where it's located, the topography, they say it's a tableland. Is it actually a tableland? Every information that's given to you about land, the landmarks, is it as true as they say it is? You need to inspect the land. You need to find out if it is situated in the place you like. You need to know, okay, the environs, what is it about it? Is it actually true? It's 500 square meters. Is it actually that? All of the information you have been given about the land, is it actually what it is? So I often advise that you carry out a form of inspection on the land, whether virtually or send a representative or go there yourself. Next, number 6, your payment and getting of your documentations. So of course, we often advise not to do cash payments to the realtor or to the agent you are dealing with. It is best you pay via transfer, bank transfers, electronic transfers. As much as possible, do not pay in cash. Do not pay in cash, except of course, I won't even advise that at all. Do not pay in cash. If you're paying to a company, pay via transfer. It's best to make your payments via transfer. So you can have a payment receipt from your bank and they as well. So if there's any reason for any form of, oh, I did not get your payment, we always have say, okay, this is my transaction receipt and all of that. It's best you pay in cash. And after you've made, you pay via transfer. And after you have made your payments, what next? You're going to get your document. For some properties, when you make payments, you pay for only the land, which means you're paying for the land, but you're not paying for your documents. You're not paying for development levy, right? So for instance, we have a property we're selling. That one is 3.5 million naira. It's all inclusive. When you pay that payment, you're paying for the land and your document. You don't have to pay any other thing. So after that payment, when your payment is completed, you're getting your payment of receipts for the land, you're getting your document, which is the registered survey and deed of assignment for that particular property. But in some other cases, you pay only for the land. We have a property selling for 1.5 million naira Evolve City. That one, the 1.5 million naira is just for the land. So if you pay for just the land, you will not be getting your documentation. So documentations for that particular property is 400,000 naira. So when you pay 400,000 naira in addition to the 1.5 million naira, you will get your documentation, which is the registered survey and deed of assignment. You understand? So after payment, you would get documentation if it's an all-inclusive payment. However, if it's not, you have to pay for your documentations separately, and then you get your documents. Is that clear? What is next? The next will just be allocation. Allocation, I've created a video on allocation, and I'm going to put it in the description section below where you can go and watch and know what allocation is all about. Allocation is simply handing the land over to you for you to go ahead and do whatever you want to do with the land. Allocation is just that process that confirms the land is yours. Handshake, take it is yours. Do whatever you want to do on the land. So I put registration and allocation in one number, which is number 7. The final one is possession, of course, which is after you have been given the land. Possession simply means, okay, you know what, let me drop 2 sticks on the land just to show that, hey, it is mine. Correct, fence it and put a foundation, whatever, but just something to say, okay, I have taken possession of the land. Okay, so when you want to buy land, these are the things you should have in mind. What is the reason why which you are buying, then the location, your budget, the realtor or the agent you're working with, search verification and inspection, payment for the land and getting of your documents, and location and possession. These are steps and things you should have in mind when you want to acquire land. I hope you found this video informative. I hope you found it helpful. I hope some information from this video will help you in your land acquisition process. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't, so that you get updates each time I release a video or post a video that will be helpful to you. Ensure you make good use of this information and make the best of investment. If you're looking for someone you can rely on or trust to help you make the best of land investment or acquire land for you here in the southeast of Nigeria and Enugu precisely, I am that guy for you. My name is Roy Moore-Ashimole. Till the next video, make good use of this information and be sure to call me or text me on WhatsApp for further inquiries or more information.